Hi, I'm Dee Beall, and I was president in 1978-79. There was a small service project that we had that just really touched my heart, and that was every Mother's Day we would take all of the ladies from the convalescent hospital and bring them to lunch in their wheelchairs and their walkers and whatever. And for a lot of them, that was the first time during the year that they actually got to leave the convalescent hospital. And we had little gifts for them that they, like slippers and hand lotion and stuff like that. And it just touched your heart to see what a good time they were having. And it's just a good memory, that along with the Christmas baskets. But those two things really touched my heart. And from the standpoint of projects, the projects back then were a little smaller than they are today. We didn't seem to take on quite the challenge. But we would do a Christmas fair every year, and we would all make, well, all of them except me, because I have no talent in those areas, would make different objects to sell, like, crocheted things or knitted things or dolls or whatever. And we'd have a fashion show from all the stores that were in town, and a tea, a very fancy English-type tea. And it was always a really big success, and that was our biggest project. And it was a lot of fun because everybody participated, making things and so forth. And so, and there was a lot of change then. The year that I became president, all of the laws and resolutions were changed. It was my trip to Calgary where I met Dorothy Kissinger, who went on to be international president. And at that particular convention, all of the bylaws were reevaluated and changed. So it was quite interesting. Got to meet a lot of people from different places and get a whole new perspective on the organization as a whole, nationwide, internationally, and so forth, not just a local club. So there was a lot going on, and it was very interesting, and it really drew me in to make me want to stay and be a part of that. Primarily the organization is still the same. The objectives are still the same, women and children, and the quality of life, etc. But I guess the one thing that has impacted me, or I feel has impacted the organization, is the membership. And I understand, we've gone through some periods of time where our membership has dropped, and we have to look for ways to build that back up and keep the volunteerism going and keep our projects in the forefront. But now it just seems like there's not as much of an emphasis on the membership as far as being professional women or owners of businesses, that type of thing. And I think that it's had its pros and cons, and I think it has its good points and its bad points. It has built the membership back up some, but I think it's also taken away from it to some degree. So that really is the only change that I see that has had any major impact as far as I'm concerned. Well, I encourage anyone, especially today, because, as I just said, you don't have to be an owner in a position of management to join and become what I feel is just the best organization in the world. I really, really, truly feel that. What I have gained personally in satisfaction of knowing that even in small ways I've contributed to the betterment of another human being it just means the world to me, and I would wish it on everybody.